Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for the Not Too Shabby guest designer spot for May 2018. I'm going to make a card with Let's Do Coffee, the first exclusive stamp set from the Not Too Shabby shop. I stamped 2 images from the stamp set onto watercolor paper, deciding only to use the little image here of the girl. For the month of May 2018, KAREN10 or Karen10 will save you 10% on all of your purchases at the Not Too Shabby shop. Make sure to log in so that you get your reward points, and also to put the free with 60 in your cart. You must have it in your cart to receive it. Using watercolor pencils and a nice wet pointy watercolor brush, I colored in the girl's hair, making sure to have contrasting colors so that I could have depth, dimension, and the appearance of volume on this little gal's head. Watercolor pencil was added more intensely to the waist area and the sides, as is the pink for the shirt. So on the sides and on the bottom and top of each arm and the center of the collar. The pigment on the edges was pulled into the centers on both the apron and the blouse, adding deeper colors so that we'd have some depth and dimension. The colors were not all blended to one solid color, allowing there to be lighter and darker of the same shade, and multiple shades as well. Once I was happy with that image, I set it aside to dry, and once dry, I fussy cut it, having the image facing away from me, and I went around all the edges with Memento Tuxedo black marker. I cut 2 edges, die edges, in different shades of green, and then cut the same image in different colors so that I could paper piece the flowers. I used orange and yellow, and orangey yellow, and violet and purple. Repeating this twice because I had 2 different edges cut with the die. The edges were glued together with Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, making sure to have them offset so that it gave the appearance of more flowers and grass there. I trimmed down my dry embossed front panel and stamped Let's Do Coffee, taking my bone folder and rubbing it across the bottom of that sentiment strip until it curled in or made the letter C. I was using a window die and I was going to need a backing, so I chose some pattern paper from my stash and cut it to size, making sure that I only add glue all along the perimeter so that the window's shutters would open and close freely. I glued the sentiment strip into the hands of the girl and then glued the girl that was with watercolor paper, adding a fair amount of glue to the back and then placing it in the center of the window die. The girl was holding a Let's Do Coffee in her hands. I then applied the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to the edge die and glued those to the bottom of the dry embossed front panel. Walnut stain was applied with an ink blending tool around the outside of the window die, making sure just to get the edges. Dimensional foam was applied to the back of this window, and then this was adhered to the front of the dry embossed front panel. A gift card holder was cut from white cardstock, and the same pattern paper that was used as the backing for the window decorated the gift card holder. I then cut a strip of the green that was used on the outside for the inside panel, and then stamped "This one is on me" with hot cocoa on the flap of the gift card holder. Barn door colored a little heart that was in the window die, and I pieced that back in. I applied the green strip of paper to the inside panel as well as the gift card holder. Liquid glue was applied to the inside card panel, and that panel was attached to the inside, and then the outside was attached to the front. This card is complete, and here's a photograph. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, KAREN10 saves you 10% at Not2Shabby. Bye-bye.